I'm at Hong Kong and it's really exciting. Welcome to Hong Kong. I've come here from Malaysia to see what Hong Kong is actually like. We know it's changed a lot over the last few years and I haven't been here before, so these are my first impressions. Today we're going up to Victoria Peak on the tram right to the top so we can look back down onto the rest of Hong Kong Island, and we're also going to go to Causeway Bay and see Victoria Harbour as well. So it's set to be an exciting time. We've got a packed schedule. Stay tuned. It's set to be an exciting vlog. There are three main regions in Hong Kong. There are the new territories, which is where the airport is, as well as Disneyland and other places like that. Then there's Hong Kong Island, which is the main island down south, which is where we're staying, near Causeway Bay, Central, Wan Chai, all those areas around Victoria Harbour. And then there's the Hong Kong mainland, or the Kowloon area, which I've yet to go to yet. One thing I've noticed already after being here just one day is that there are a lot less tourists than there probably used to be. Hong Kong was a British territory of China, and now it is much more under the China mainland government. So there's a lot less tourists, not many white people here. So that's good actually, I like that. Some of the restaurants we went to are only in Chinese, so I actually would have no idea what to order. They also didn't have pictures either, so it's very hard to tell what to order, but the food was good and it's decent priced. It's a lot more expensive than Malaysia, but probably similar to Singapore, but a lot less Western and a lot less internationalized than Singapore from what I can tell so far. Another thing you need to know is that you can get public transport pretty much anywhere. I don't think you need a car, similar to Singapore. So you can get the train line, the MRT, there's two different main lines, the MRT and I think the LRT, and also the buses are pretty convenient as well. We got the bus from the airport to where we're staying at Causeway Bay at Hong Kong Island, and all you need is the octopus card. So you get the octopus card, you load it up with cash, and then you just tap that on and off the train or on and off the bus. You can also use it to pay for goods and services in normal stores. A lot of places also only take cash. So definitely get some Hong Kong dollars and some cash and an octopus card, and then you're sorted. Since it has English history, a lot of the roads have the English influence. So this is called Patterson Street, and a lot of the other main roads, Aberdeen Road, are English or European names. So along here, we've got the McDonald's, and you can see the bustling sort of vibe all along here on a Monday morning. And I also love the dichotomy of the old traditional buildings against the modern shopping centres and modern delights like H&M and these other outlets along here. Another really interesting cultural insight is that people are a lot more direct. So even when they do speak English, which almost everyone does, they're very direct. What do you want to order? Yes, no, that's it, get out. So it's a very different culture to Australia, where people probably talk too much and care too much about your day. We're at Causeway Bay Station, about to get the train to Central, and just come across this cool restaurant. They also have it in Singapore. It's called Egg Slut. Now, if you look at the menu, you can buy number 7, slut. We're at the station. It's pretty hectic. This is what it's like. So we're going down the elevator, and one thing you have to do is you have to stand on the right. They drive on the left, but they stand and walk on the right, which is unusual. Thailand's similar. So you go through these gates, you just scan with your octopus card like this, and the pushy thing is very hard to push. Now a train right here is very reasonably priced. It seems to be about 5 Hong Kong dollars per each trip, which is about 1 Aussie dollar or less than 1 US dollar or just a few ringgits. So we're at Causeway Bay and we're going along the Foreshore to Central. From Central Station we'll need to walk about 13 minutes to get to the Victoria Peak tram. Busy right now. Check it out, let's go. The train is very busy, so it depends where you get on and off, but it can be quite packed. Here's the full MRT map if you're interested, so you can see all the main stops and where you can go on the MRT line. Seems very efficient. You can get everywhere from the airport to Disneyland, down to Hong Kong Island and Kowloon mainland area up here. So we'll be using this for the duration of the trip. So here's the tram line, so we're going all the way up the peak and we're going to that lookout area on the TV as well, so that's included in the ticket price. Here's the tram pulling up for me. While we're waiting for it to start, I just looked up the ticket price. It was about $20 US when we booked it, so you'd have to do the maths on that. That's about 90 ringgit or 30 Australian dollars. So not too bad a price. That's for a return trip as well as entrance to the peak lookout. And away we go. Whoa, speeding up. Seems to go a decent pace. It's quite steep. Woof woof, woof woof woof. Gonna be a lot of dogs there. Check out this view. We're gonna go higher than the skyscrapers. That's a pretty trippy view. There you get a bit of perspective on the steepness. You can see all the way down to the harbour already. Okay, we're almost at the top. I think the trip was about 5 or 6 minutes, so it's not too long, but it is a nice view. So even though it is raining a little bit, as you can see, it's quite clear and we can see Victoria Harbour. So I think it's worth it in all weather unless it's super, super rainy. There's also a Madame Tussauds here right behind these K-Boxing or Benedict Cucumber, whatever his name is. Mate, how are you going? You're a very good actor here. Yep, in character, stays in character, doesn't have much to say. And here's another famous Hong Kong celebrity. Comment who this is in the comments. I have no idea who this is, but it's a very realistic figure. Welcome. So this is everything you'll see at the peak. We've got different places to dine, Madame Tussauds, the Tram, and some other cool little things like selfie studio, and of course the lookout, which is where we're going to go next. That's the main attraction. So this is the Sky Terrace and we're looking down onto Victoria Harbour, and this is all of the main Hong Kong island. Over the other side, which you can see in the distance, is Kowloon and the mainland part of Hong Kong. Pretty nice, but it's cold, about 15 degrees and a little bit rainy. So I've put the hood up, but it's nice. You'd love to live on this mountain. Check this house out. Look at the view that house must have. Awesome. Now this is looking down the other side of Hong Kong Island and we can see another bay. I'd have to look on the map where that is, but you can see there's mountains and there's greenery. So Hong Kong isn't just city area. Now we're at the other lookout spot. Similar, but you can see a bit more over the east side of the island. And look at these beautiful mansions and buildings up in the hills. They've got to be worth 100 million or more. So this is the tram line. So this is where we came up and we went all the way down the bottom of the hill down there. So this is at the free lookout, 100% free. This is just as good, if not even better. Clearer view now as well. Filmception. Another celebrity has arrived.
Make some coin? Yeah. Make some money or what? Yeah. No.
I've got a travel tip for you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, just go walking. Put your plans away, load up Google Maps and just start walking, see what you find. You'll definitely find interesting things along the way, and you'll see parts of the city that you wouldn't see otherwise. Be inquisitive, go into stores, look into different things. We saw an art gallery, we went to Hong Kong Park, we went to the back streets, I saw some barber shops, I was looking at the prices. You just learn a lot by walking and viewing different things. Just walk, explore new places. You know, look at these nice restaurants, you wouldn't know this was here. So here you can get a 3-bedroom apartment for only $54 million. That's about 10 million Australian dollars. So the real estate is expensive, especially the higher end of the market, because it is push for space. I'm going to have a look at a few more properties. So down there, you can get a massage. On level 1, you've got a sex shop, and then on level 2, you can play with pussies. Giggity. This restaurant is an SEO restaurant. It's called What to Eat. So if you search what to eat on Google or Google Maps, that restaurant will pop up because it's what to eat. So you'll see that restaurant, it'll get more exposure on Google and Google Maps, that will come up. Smart. We just went through the original police station of Hong Kong. It's now moved to another section, but they've kept sort of a heritage museum. So you can come here for free, the Hong Kong police station. And now we're in the prison block. So all here is the prison blocks, the original where they kept prisoners back in the 1900s. Now this is very interesting. So former Vietnamese leader Ho Chi Minh is one of Victoria Prison's most notable prisoners. In the 30s, he came to Hong Kong to escape prosecution by the French authorities in Vietnam. If you haven't already, watched my Vietnam vlogs, you'll definitely learn something from them too. Vietnam is another great country that has links to China and all these other Asian countries in the region. This is the original prison. We can see the cells. They're very small. Imagine being holed up in here. It's always an eye-opening experience to see prisons, cells, and learn the history of people that have been locked up in the past. Definitely makes you appreciate your freedoms. Here's Ho Chi Minh in 1930. And now we're at the AIA Ferris wheel, so let's go. We got 2 tickets to the Ferris wheel. It was 20 Hong Kong dollars each, so I think that works out pretty cheap. So the correct name is the Hong Kong Observation Wheel. It's not just any Ferris wheel. Gone around the Ferris wheel 3 times. It's actually too much value. It actually goes a bit long. Right, the rain's cleared up a little bit, even though I've got both my hoodies on. Now, it's actually quite beautiful. There's this whole big area, event space. It's huge. It's got to be acres and acres of event space right next to the harbour. So it's prime land. I'm not sure what they use it for, but I guess when Hong Kong has a major event, this is where they host it. So very nice. This is the beautiful walkway along the harbour. Now that the rain is clearing up, there's still not many people here, so it's very quiet. It's very peaceful on a Sunday evening. There's some nice parks and some greenery along this walkway, which has been quite rare. Up to date, Hong Kong has seemed to be pretty oppressive and overcast and grey and dull. But now that we're seeing these areas, I'm slowly changing my mind. I hope when we get out of the main city area, we'll see a lot more of this. I'm at Hong Kong and it's really exciting. Got absolutely soaked, started running, filmed this video, and it had water all over the lens. It's actually quite funny. Might put up as some bloopers. Almost at the Golden Bahinia or whatever it's called. We're almost at the Golden Bahinia, and this is the convention center right here by the water. So Hong Kong is still spectacular, even if it's raining. It's about 6:15 at night. We're almost at the next spot. Okay guys, that is the golden bikini the flower. Not impressive at all. I got absolutely soaked to come here. I don't think it's worth it, but there we go. I did it for the vlog. We just ate at this beef noodle restaurant just outside fucking Lane. So here we are back at Victoria Harbour at night time. It's our last night on Hong Kong Island. Tomorrow morning we're going to get the ferry just near here over to Macau. Then we'll be back in Hong Kong for the rest of the trip over there on the mainland in Kowloon, which is on the other side of Victoria Harbour. So check it out at night. It's very nice down by the water. The weather's cleared up. It's a lot warmer. Beautiful vibes all along the waterfront. A little bit like Sydney, but Chinese.